What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Bolero. Sam here with Maui and the Sultan of Sando, Mr. Gablim. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, let's go! Malapit na ang
Alright,
UAAP.
malapit
Let's
na ang
go.
UAAP. So, dahil doon, pag-uusapan natin ngayon, isa sa mga favorite segments na we did last year before the start of the UAAP season. We're going to start to do our lock, maybe, or na for the UAAP teams, certain UAAP teams. Ngayon, for today, we're going to talk about the Adamson Soaring Falcons kasi you guys probably know we saw two very different teams in Pinoy Liga and in Phil Oil. They have a very deep or big lineup for this coming season 87. May dalawa pa silang FSAs that they paraded nung preseason. So pag-usapan natin ngayon kung sino yung magiging final 16-man roster nila. But before we get started, two things that we just want to mention. First of all, I know it's been a long time coming. I know people have been requesting it. We are starting to take pre-orders for our Boleros shirt. So, kita nyo naman yung suot ni Maui, yung
Maui,
maroon.
ipakita mo
Ipakita
naman
mo naman.
yan. Oh, yeah.
Maroon Boleros. Maroon Boleros shirt. Ayan. Ayan. So, in case you guys are interested, we'll share the details down below. You can sign up sa Google form namin. It's not a commitment yet. Just let us know your size, your interest, and contact details, and then we'll
And the
reach
color
out.
that you want.
And the color that you want. So we can finalize the pre-order and we'll reach out once it's
Although, Sammy, I think
ready.
it's important to say we don't have all the colors yet of all the schools, diba?
Yes.
So,
We will try. We will try to get all the colors. Pero sa ngayon, hindi pa siya complete. More details down below. Second, as I mentioned, Sultan of Sando wearing his Sando today. And that Sando is actually brought to you by our sponsors. Gab, take it away.
sponsors of today's episode are Cotton Club Underwear and NYC Underwear. Cotton Club! I love it here. There you go, wearing the merch. Perfect fit for the muscles, showing off the work done. Let's go! Cotton
Let's
Club
go. Cotton
Underwear.
Club. All right, let's get started. So, Gab, luck maybe or now we did it last year, but to our listeners who are not familiar with this segment, can you please explain luck maybe or na?
Okay, so we're just gonna build the 16-man roster for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. And how do we determine if someone is a lock, he's automatically in the lineup for the three of us. So how do we determine that? Majority of us have to say he's a lock. If majority of us are a maybe, he's a maybe, we'll discuss it more later. If majority is a na, if two of us or all three of us vote for him as a na, he's probably not making it, or he's surely not making it in our Adamson Soaring Falcons lineup. Very interesting because they have, as Sammy said, they have a lot of players. I took a look at the list of names they paraded in the offseason. They had 24 players that suited up in the preseason tournaments, both in Pinoy Liga and in Phil Oil and even in Asia Basket. They have a ton of players and they can only bring 16 to UAAP season 87. Mahirap na desisyon to para kay Coach Nash, I'm sure.
Okay. Ayan. And a lot of them, Gab, for Adamson, maraming nakapaglaro, 'di ba? Kasi na-split nila yung teams eh. So talagang it looks like Coach Nash is testing the waters with a lot of these players. Kaya it's hard to
Also,
tell.
what's also hard because a lot of these players just play similarly. They have similar
Aha.
games, di ba?
Yeah,
Which
yeah, yeah.
makes it so hard to pick. Okay, who you're gonna get between John Calisay and Manu Anabo? They're both just shooters,
Yeah.
so they don't do anything else but shoot. But the both
Yeah.
of them, so
Tama.
di ba?
Actually, pag tingnan mo lang yung pangalan, parang, sino nga ulit to? Parang, it's hard to put the face. Basta alam ko, shooter to. Ganyan. Anyway, let's get started. I'll share the list down below sa ticker natin so everyone can see. These are the players. I think this is a total of, ano ba to, Gab? 23, 24 people?
23-24, I think.
Yeah,
Yung last
pretty
round.
much. So we're cutting it down to 16. Luck maybe or not. Let's get started. Siguro to start, maybe we can talk about our super locks, the guys that for sure are going to make it. I'm talking about, let's start with Cedric Manzano. Anyone gonna say na he's not a lock?
Oh, he's a lock. He's a lock. Definitely.
Obvious luck for
Maui, I'm sure
Adamson.
you. Oh, yeah.
Your most
I'm sure
important
he's a
player.
lock.
The superstar, the leader of this team, Cedric Manzano. Baby boy Manzano, we love him. So that's a lock. So that's one. Sige. Maybe Gab, you're keeping track of yung mga locks natin.
I will. I
Next,
will.
Mr. Clutch, Matthew Montebon.
He's a lock for me. He's a
Okay.
lock.
Baka mamaya merong
Wala.
merong may disagreement. I'm just
He's a
checking.
luck. He's a luck. Hopefully he's getting healthy. I think that's what's
I
key
am.
for Adamson.
Before we move on from Matt Erolon, I do want to mention and shout out to this subscriber who commented. Now he's a possible breakout player also. We didn't mention him in our breakout players episode, but
Si
as
Orolon,
someone,
not Montebon.
oh, yung not Montebon, si Erolon. So maybe no. Okay, Sammy, go ahead.
Hindi, so I agree. Matthew Montebon is a lock. The only issue with Montebon, I think, is we haven't seen much of him, diba? Because of the injury, supposedly. But other than that, he should be a lock. Sige, let's move on to Matt Erolon. Gab, since you talked about Matt Erolon as your ano.
Well, I said it. He's a lock. He's a lock for me.
Okay.
I'm higher actually on Erolon than Montebon.
Talaga?
I don't know kasi yun nga we didn't see Montebon play a lot in the preseason. I think he played 2-3 games total, played sparingly in one. So he didn't show much of the playmaking that's sorely needed by Adamson. Si Erolon in games where he's the main point guard showed that he can play make. He's not just a shooter. But the past few seasons, he's just been purely shooter. Yun yung role niya. Pero sa Pinoy Liga, pang wala si Yero, pang wala si Montebon, pang wala yung other guards, sobrang nag-step up siya na for me, yun yung true test. When you're put into a role that you're required to up your usage, can you produce? Si Erlon has proven when he's given the opportunity and when the coach demands of him to up his usage that he can produce, he can score, he can play make. So I'm higher on Erolon than I am on Montebon. They're the two Matthews. So as I said, I want to shout him out. He's also a possible breakout player. If he can up his game, perhaps surpass Yero and Montebon as the lead guard for Adamson, I like it. I like his chances very much. Hindi ko alam kung agree kayo. Maui, agree ka ba? Mas gusto mo si Erolon than si Montebon? Si Montebon as the name because he's hit the big shots eh. But
yun.
Erolon,
May pangalan na eh, no? Established.
Kilala na
yung may
kasi
pangalan.
he was able to make a name for himself during the preseason last year and during the season. I think they have a lot of opportunity. Diba? Kasi they lost Jerome Lastimosa, now they've lost Sabandal also for season 87. We don't know yet. I think Sammy has mentioned this countless times during our previous episodes if Sabandal is indeed quite sure of not playing, diba? But right now, that lead guard is gonna be open. I think it's also one of the reasons why they've been playing Ramos also on the point guard slot. They've really been experimenting. And Gab is right. So far, si Matthew Erolon ang pinaka-consistent and has shown that he will probably get heavy run during season 87. But I just believe yung upside ni Montebon is high also. Both of these guys are a lock. Actually, maganda na silang dalawa magkasunod na pag-usapan natin because both of them will probably vie for the same position and one of them will probably have a breakout season with all of the usage on the way sa guard rotation ng Adamson. Remember, this is a Racela-led team, di ba? Any Racela-led team in the UAAP, yung guards are gonna have a big season. Yung guards are gonna have big opportunities to produce. So if any of these guards take advantage of the opportunity, then maybe any of these two can be that breakout player that could lead Adamson to the Final Four. This team made it to the knockout stage for that final four slot, di ba? And they're basically sort of intact from that team. And they showed last year that they can have that next man mentality.
Good point. I do want to bring up Joem Sabandal. I think hindi ko siya nalagay dito sa list na to. But are we counting him for season 87? Kasi we're hearing different things. Are
We
we
can discuss
including him?
that later. We can
Sige,
discuss
sige,
that
sige.
later.
Kasi
For now,
naka-note din siya sa akin eh. Go,
naka-note
go,
din siya sa akin, but I didn't want to include it in the list because he's so unsure eh. Na
Oo nga.
we haven't seen him all preseason. There are rumors about an injury, nothing confirmed. Do we really want to do this dance again, Adamson? Coach Nash, na, is he playing? Is he not? Is he gonna come back during the season? Is he healthy enough to come back? So, I don't know what Coach Nash has planned, but we can discuss it. Maybe towards the end, we can discuss, is Joem Sabandal worthy of that maybe a last roster spot despite his absence throughout
Pwede.
the past few months? Siguro, saka na yun, Sam. Let's go with the guys who have actually played.
Okay. Sige, moving on. Sino pa bang I think you guys would say is a lock? Joshua Riero, I think you mentioned Joshua Riero earlier, Gab. So, do you think he's a lock? I mean, he's been there for the past few seasons, has been one of the main guys, although hasn't really taken it to the next level, I would say. But do you think he's a lock, Maui?
Yeah, I think he's a lock. He's probably gonna be the captain of Adamson
Yeah.
next season. But I also agree, he hasn't taken that leap. Based on what I've seen also this preseason, it doesn't look like he's taking that leap. Maybe he's just suited for that role of being that captain, being that steady guy for Adamson for this coming season. But I still think that he is one of their top players. He's gonna be a lock, definitely.
I think he can make that leap. He's not like Jed Colonia, yung past captain ng Adamson.
The past captain, the past old guard.
The past old guard na when he's on the floor, parang wala naman siya masyadong ginagagawa on the floor. He's just really there for his leadership and doesn't really contribute in terms of shooting, scoring. He's not an outstanding defender by any means. He's just a guy that you put in and he's just a guy. Yun na, si Jed Colonia. I don't think that's just...
To put it lightly. To put it lightly,
Jed Colonia was just a guy. And he just so happened to be the leader of the team, but, he wasn't excellent at any specific skill. But si Joshua Riero, I think he's shown flashes di ba? He's a bigger guard.
Siya sa tres din. Pag uminit siya sa tres.
And he can get to the basket. And he can post up. He's a guard. He's a bigger guard. I think he has tools that Coach Nash likes. He's known as a shooter sa amin. Ikaw ata nag-point out ito. But he doesn't shoot well from the free throw line. Di ba? He's a terrible free throw shooter, which is pretty weird. But, I like Joshua Riero. He's a lock for me also. Sammy.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to be, along with Manzano, probably the two leaders of this team. Sometimes naman pag leader or captain of the team, you don't necessarily have to be the best player. Diba? It always happens with like the other team. So, not expecting much, to be honest, from Joshua Riero, pero I do expect him to be one of the captains or leaders for Adamson. Okay, moving on. Let's go with Gabs. Was it under the radar pick? Manu Anabo. Gab.
Lock.
Baka mamaya.
Lock.
Okay,
I think he will easily take the minutes of Didat Hanapi. I think he's suited for the role that Didat Hanapi had the past season. I don't know.
Okay.
They need shooters.
They shoot a lot of threes. They shoot a lot of threes. He's a shooter. Lock him. Maui, you said it in the last episode. 38% from three. During Phil Oil.
Almost five attempts a game. That's a luxury in the UAAP.
Yeah? So, lock him in. Manu Anabo.
Okay, agree. Lock.
When you talk, Sam, when you talk about Anabo, I remember si Noah Pacquiao. Diba? I think he trended recently. He was trending usually. He was trending in social media recently because of his performance in Asia Basket. And I just want to add lang that I want to say that he's also a lock. Kasi if we're talking about shooting of Anabo, we're also talking about shooting of Noah Pacquiao, di ba? This is a Phil Australian that Adamson was able to get. I don't know if he's related to Manny Pacquiao. I think yung comment section yung
Hindi
comment
raw.
section.
Maui, I think they've confirmed this. The Phil Oil and Preliga. He's not, despite the hair looking
Oy.
exactly like Manny Pacquiao, he's not
Parang
related
pwede
to
kasi,
Manny.
di ba? Parang pwede
Oo.
siya. But I think there was a period of time nung Asia Basket Games na that he hit 3 crucial 3-pointers in a row. I think that in itself is a reason for him to be a lock. Gab mentioned Adamson shooting a lot of threes. Then you need shooters, di ba? You need shooters who are willing to shoot that three and who shoot at a respectable clip. So I think Noah Pacquiao also deserves to be a lock.
Good segue, Maui. So Sammy, is Noah Pacquiao a lock for you?
I actually put him as a lock. I like his shooting and I like his defensive effort. So, and I see that he gets to play a lot during the preseason. So, I like yung energy ni Noah Pacquiao. I put him as a lock actually. Yeah, I agree with Maui.
I also like his size. That's another
Yun,
thing
yun,
about
yun,
Noah
that's
Pacquiao. Pacquiao and Anabo are shooters, but they're bigger shooters. Unlike when si Montebon, si Erolon Sierro, they're guards, smaller guards, 5'9" to 6 feet in height. But si Anabo and si Pacquiao are bigger shooters. And yeah, Coach Nash likes to run a big, a longer rotation, a huge rotation, and I think Noah Pacquiao is gonna be a part of that rotation. So yeah, lock him in, Noah Pacquiao.
Okay, nice. Agree pa rin tayo so far. I was going to mention another guy since we were talking about Anabo, Jan Kalisay. Another shooter.
Lock him in. Lock him
Okay,
in.
okay.
I like this
Maui,
guy.
Maui. Agree
Oo,
ba?
I like Kalisay. I think they need wings, diba, to match up with the other schools who have longer wings. I think that's one of the things that they need. 3-and-D players. So yeah, I think Kalisay is also a lock.
I think I voted him in our end of season awards, Maui. Siya yung who? Player of the year natin no season 86. Kasi when he started playing, not any one of us had any idea who this guy was. And he just started raining down threes on Ateneo of all teams. Like, who the hell is this guy?
Yun talaga eh, no? That game against Ateneo. Speaking of, I brought him up because if you look at yung Phil Oil stats then, I think the top 3 scorers of Adamson during Phil Oil was obviously the superstar Cedric Manzano, and then second and third, Kalisay and Anabo. So definitely, I think they get a lot of playing time. I think yung skill set nila si Coach Nash Racela really loves or needs. So I think guys like Kalisay, Anabo, and even Pacquiao, if he can be consistent at the 3-point line, are locks for a team like Adamson. Okay, moving on. Looking at, sino pa ba yung mga players from last year?
Eli.
Eli Ramos. Yeah. Eli Ramos. Okay. Is Eli a lock to you guys? I think he's a lock. I haven't seen much improvement from him, but I think he likes yung size ni Eli. Yung size ni Eli, he makes him handle the ball. Definitely may mga things that he needs to improve on, but at the end of the day, I think he's going to be a lock. Shooting,
Exactly,
free
Maui.
throws din niya.
Shooting all around, not just free throws, Sammy. Shooting from everywhere.
Shooting overall. Okay.
But yeah, I think he's a lock. Coach Nash values defense, and that's one thing that Eli Ramos does give. Is he does defend the ball pretty well. He does defend off ball very well. You can see from the past few seasons, he puts Eli Ramos on the best perimeter player of the opposing team. The only problem for Eli lang talaga, as we've all mentioned, is he's one of the crazy perimeter players. I think the only perimeter player on Adamson who just cannot shoot. And his role is essentially to get into the lane and find shooters from the outside because no one really respects him from 3-point range. They might run into a problem when they face the likes of UP, LaSalle, who are just willing to let non-shooters shoot. Diba? They did it so with Sean Keteves in the Final Four last season. So you might see it also with Eli Ramos. But the good thing here is that, as we've seen from our locks, Coach Nash has a ton of options in terms of shooting. So that's not going to be a problem. But yeah, lock him in. Eli Ramos.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think luck si
Maui.
Eli Ramos. Kasi he played really well nung Phil Oil. I really like when they were playing him as the point guard. And as Gab mentioned, he was just driving to the lane and getting open, looking for open shooters. I think that's his best role probably. To have the ball in his hands, provide that energy, drive to the lane, look for shooters. Probably similar to how Kuz Dumont has been playing for UE. I think that's his best role. He cannot be that weak side guard waiting for that open shot, di ba? Kasi as you've seen, he struggles to shoot anywhere on the floor as long as it's not in the paint.
I like the comparison, Jack Cruz Dumont. Moving on. Sige, let's move on. Let's talk about something na medyo baka merong tayong pag-usapan or questionable. They did field 2 FSAs during the preseason. Alugaye and their previous FSA, si Ojerikre. So my question is, obviously one has to be a lock, the other one is a na. Diba? They have to cut him. So, sino ang lock na FSA nyo? Gab, why don't we start with you?
I like the speed of Alugaye, and I think he has a higher offensive upside than OJ Ojerikre. But I'm going with OJ because he knows his role.
Shot blocker,
just get rebounds, protect the
rebounder.
rim.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do, and that's all he knows he has to do, and probably get a few dunks from time to time. Leave the scoring to Cedric Manzano, but we've seen it since last season, late last season and into the preseason. OJ Ojerikre knows his role talaga. He just gonna gobble up rebounds, gonna block shots, gonna protect that rim, and I think that's gonna be pretty valuable as we've seen in the preseason. And if you will see the full lineup of Adamson later, they don't have a ton of bigs. OJ is bigger also than Alugaye. I think he's bigger. It's around 6'10". So that's gonna be valuable if you're gonna match up with the likes of Henry Agunane, Tekashi Udodo, QMB from UP. That height is gonna be valuable. Alugay is still pretty raw to me from what I've seen, especially in Pinoy Liga. He has upside in his offensive game, pero he's not yet there. I think he needs a lot more practice, a lot more polish into his offensive game, and the defense is just there for OJ. So I'm going with OJ.
Yeah, I think Gab said it pretty well. I would have to go with OJ. Yung experience na rin eh. I mean, si Gaye has it shown enough for me, for Adamson to even consider to change Ojerikre. I think maybe in a season or two, kasi he has upside. Maybe if he can show that he's more worthy, similar to how Diasana has been working the past few seasons to try to unseat Omar John. But right now, it's definitely Ojerikre.
Okay, I think we're all in agreement. Well, kahit naman lumaban ako 2 against 1. But I think we're all in agreement. Ojerikre is going to be our lock for the FSA position. As simple as what Gab said. Shot blocking and rebounding. Si Ojerikre knows his role. I think he led the team obviously in rebounding sa Phil Oil if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So, led the team in rebounding nung Phil Oil. Very different from what we were saying last season though. Kasi last season we were a bit disappointed with how Ojarikre performed. I think a lot of times actually he had to coach Nash Racela had to sit him down. He was inconsistent, I would say, but I think sa preseason ngayon din, he's a lot better. He's improved. So I think a second season for him
I,
would help him
I,
din.
yung disappointment natin kay Ojeric Resami, I think because he was a new FSA, they were coming off Alenda Duwanga, who
Duwanga
we
no?
thought was
Medyo,
gonna be one of the break.
yeah, mataas
We thought
expectations for Ojarikre.
we thought he was Duanga was gonna be one of the breakout FSAs for season 86, pero hindi eh. So and we saw si
Nawala.
Ojeric.
Umalis si Duwanga,
Oh,
di ba?
and we expected offense out of him. We had no idea what his game was, but you saw on offense he was kind of how do I say this? Let's see, wag natin
Raw.
raw
Dunks.
on
Good for
offense.
dunks.
Dunks, and he even misses dunks, di ba?
O
Diba?
baka si Ojarike mag-comment na rin sa atin, ha?
Oo nga ba.
Nako. Wow. Sige, pero wag mo na kami saktan, OJ. We're just analyzing your game naman. We're not trying to badmouth you or anything. But yeah, I mean, that's what we were looking for out of an FSA, di ba? Because we had no idea about OJ's game. Pero as the season wore on and even into the preseason, nakita natin na okay, wala talaga yung offense. He's not that player, but he's a decent rebounder and he blocks shots. And I think he settled into that role na talaga. So, we were critical of him because we didn't know his game and they were coming off Alenda Duwanga. So, that was it. But now that we know who he is and what he does on the court, I think it's fair to assess na this is who OJ is as a basketball player for now.
Okay, good point. Sige, moving on. I want to talk about the new guys. Kasi I feel like there are some new guys that are locks. Maui mentioned one, Noah Pacquiao. Gab, give me a new guy that's a lock for you. Give me one.
Yung one of the run zones. Joke lang.
Pwede naman, if that's what you think.
No
judgment.
No. Sige, yung mamaya na. A new guy who's a lock for me is actually not so new because he came from UST, Royce Mantua. For me, he is a lock. Why he's a lock for me? Because he is one of the guys in the preseason who was not only showing shooting, but was being given playmaking responsibility, especially in Phil Oil. When Yero and Erolon and Montebon were not there, si Royce ang binibigyan ng bola to run pick and roll, to attack from the perimeter. He's being given that license. And without Sabandal, without Alastimosa this upcoming season, they're gonna need a playmaker. Guys who can get to the basket, create their own shot. And Royce, surprisingly to me, has shown the ability that he can create shots. So he's a lock for me. Again, he's not new to the UAP scene, but he's new to Adamson. So I am putting him in as a lock. What do you guys think?
Maui,
Yeah.
I know you picked him as your underrated player. So I'd be surprised kung hindi siya lock sa'yo.
Yeah, I think si Mantua showed enough. I was able to watch him a lot nung preseason. I don't know, most of the Adamson games were before or after the Ateneo game, so I was able to watch him up close. I was actually surprised how he was performing for Adamson. He did showcase this type of talent when he was in UST. So this is a good case of a player transferring to get better opportunity. And I think, yes, si Mantua is definitely a lock. You always have to have that guy who can do everything, diba? And who can defend multiple positions. I think that is that guy. I will be surprised if he doesn't make the team.
Okay, agree. Royce Mantua. Speaking of Royce Mantua, new guy that's a lock for me, AJ Franzman. Another guy.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
he's definitely a
Definitely.
lock. Definitely a lock.
Definitely.
Another guy that's very versatile, very athletic. Played a lot during the preseason. Can score mid-range. May 3-point shot din siya, although hindi pa siya consistent. Does a lot of rebounding. Love his energy. I think he's a lock kahit na bago. So based on your reactions, agree din naman kayong lahat. So far, tama ba, Gab? Can you recap? Ilan na yung lock natin?
We have 11. We have Montebon, Manzano, Eleron, Hierro, Anabo, Pacquiao, Kalisay, Eli Ramos, Ojerigre, Royce Mantua, and AJ Franzman. So that's 11 players.
Okay, 11 players. Moving on, since Gab, napag-usapan mo yung Ron Zone Twins, that was one of their highly touted recruits during the preseason. May hype din, 'di ba? When they were recruited, people were talking about it, people were excited. US NCAA players to.
Division 1.
Div 1 pa, Div 1 ba? Div 1 pa. There are two of them. So, sa totoo lang guys, I don't know which is which. I'm so sorry. Cade and Austin. So, Cade and Austin, are they a lock? Maybe or not?
To me, they're both nah.
Wow, okay na.
To me, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Both.
I've watched them.
Okay.
I've watched Cade in Pinoy Liga both live and on streaming. I've watched Austin live and on streaming. I am not impressed at all. They are not. They have slow shots. They don't go in most of the time. They're not consistent playmakers. They're small as well. So if you look at our locks, Adamson is already small. So why are you gonna add two other smaller players who are not as competent as the other guards that they have? I'm sorry. I just don't see it with the Ronzone Twins. I don't know why Coach Nash recruited them for this upcoming season, despite having a lot of other players in his stable. To me, no, both of them are not. I don't see it. I don't see
One
it.
and done
Maui.
players pa to. Diba? One and done
Oo,
players.
diba? I don't see it
Supposedly to
talaga. I don't
bolster
see
their chances.
One and done pala
Ah,
sila?
One and
Yeah,
done.
they're
eh.
one and done.
They're
Sam.
one
They're
and
pretty
done.
old
They're
already,
twins.
Sam.
Tsaka, they played for Arizona State University, di ba? So this is a classic case of Troy Reich again. Division 1 players transferring to the UAAP, but it doesn't look bright. At least with Troy Reich, you had that height, di ba? You had that advantage of a player being able to match up with the other big man, getting rebounds. He wasn't that skilled, but he had that. You knew what you were getting when he was on the floor. With the Ronzone Twins, you don't know what you're going to get. They don't have the best of shooting strokes. There there are a lot of capable guards for Adamson who could could be better options for Coach Nash. I think maybe Coach Nash recruited these two players kasi agent ni Kai Soto, I think yung dad. So maybe this can open potential recruits for Adamson in the future. I don't know. But it hasn't looked good.
Strategic.
Both of these players were actually played sa Asia Basket and were non-factors. That's the most recent tournament. So that's a good indication of what things will happen. Actually, very strange about during the start of the preseason. Coach Nash decided to play one in the Phil Oil. Coach Nash decided to play one in Pinoy Liga. So even those two players, maybe they overlap themselves as twins and yung similar gameplays. So I don't know. They haven't really showed enough. Maybe it's gonna be weird because they're as I mentioned, they're a one and done or they're one and done players and they might not make the lineup. So maybe I have to agree with Gab, diba? If you're gonna get players, we have already chosen 11 rotational players for Adamson. You're looking at players who can surprise, players who you can develop. So I would probably opt to get younger players than the Ron Jones. So also a no for him.
Agree.
Wow, okay. So, their highly touted recruit, one and done. It's enough for Gab and Maui. Ako, to be honest, this is a cop-out, but I just put maybe kasi I barely saw them play. And, for me lang kasi, di ba, yun nga eh, they were highly touted recruits. So, I don't know if Coach Nash has to play them, has to put them in the lineup. I'm not sure, but tama naman kayo. We haven't seen them contribute much during the preseason. So that's sort of an indication. And that's a good point, Cap, no? They also don't have the size. And Adamson has a lot of guards already. So it's going to be hard to make it to the team. Pero it's so weird recruiting these guys one and done and then not making the lineup. So we'll see. But it's a na
As I
for
said,
the Ronzon
I don't
twins.
know what Coach Nas saw in these two.
Sobra naman. Baka nga strategic recruit. Okay, sige, moving
Iba
on.
nga yung sabi ni Maui.
Okay, moving on. Who else are we missing?
Let's get
Okay,
some bigs
sige.
into that.
Bigs,
Let's get some bigs.
Mario
bigs.
Barasi. A big guy from last season, center, played the backup to Cedric Manzano. So, is he a
Lock.
maybe or not?
Luck. Just
Luck.
because he's big.
He's
Just
big.
because it's big. Correct, just because it's big. They
Yeah,
need size.
He's
Diba?
yeah, he's
sa
not-
11 players
Oh.
that we've picked, we've only picked 2 big man. Diba?
Si Manzano tsaka si
Gonzalez,
Ocherique. No?
Ocherique. So they have to get this guy in.
yeah. Maui said it. They lack bigs. They're like an Ateneo light. They're Ateneo up pala kasi mas magaling sila sa Ateneo eh.
Mas magaling
So-
sila. Mas magaling bigs nila. Manzano pa lang.
Oh. So, yeah. Barasi, he's not spectacular. Actually, he hasn't shown any amount of contribution whatsoever in any game that I've watched for Adamson. But he's a big body.
Big
So
body.
lock him in.
Medyo may may mid-range shot siya. Naman, maganda yung itsura ng mid-range shot niya.
Yung height niya, yung reason.
yung height
reason.
talaga, yung height
Why is
talaga.
gonna make
no?
it?
Speaking of bigs, they have a young big na naglalaro nung preseason, Allen Ignacio.
I love this guy.
Yeah, medyo chunky boy.
Medyo chunky
Diba?
boy. He's close to my heart.
So is that a lock, Gab? Kasi sa akin, lock siya because of the size. And he's new. So I think it would be good to develop the younger bigs also.
Yeah, he said it, Sam. He has size. And I don't know if you noticed this in preseason. This guy can shoot. Alan Ignacio can shoot the ball from the outside. So, pasok sa
Talaga,
system.
hindi ko napansin yun. Talaga.
Yeah.
May tres pala.
Legit.
to.
I've seen games where he shot it from the outside and the stroke looks good. So, and he's a big body. As we said, from the Barasi pick, Adamson lacks size. So, let's put him in.
Necessity
Maui,
picks na to eh. Yeah, I
Oh.
think I agree. This is another necessity pick for Adamson. Imagine if Manzano or Jalikre goes down with an injury, di ba? During the season. They have to have a big. They have to have multiple bigs. I think much like Ateneo, they need to get more bigs into the mix. They have a lot of wing players. They have a lot of guards despite potentially losing sa Bandal. But yeah, they have been successful naman in the past despite not having a ton of bigs. So hopefully they'll be able to do it. But this is a necessity pick for me. They have to get more bigs into the lineup.
Before we move on, Sam, I think we have a word. Since we're talking about bigs, let's have a word from our sponsor of this episode. Hype 24/7 Fitness. So sabi ni Maui, big, kung gusto nyo lumaki, mag-Hype 24/7 Fitness kayo. Feel the hype. Let's go!
Papalahan ng muscles.
Muscle.
Ganun, diba?
Let's
Pero
go.
kung gusto nyo mag-lose weight, pwede din naman, di ba? You could also lose weight. Not everyone wants to be bigger. So, in Hype 24/7, kahit ano pwede, di ba? They have a lot of gym equipment, by the way. Dumaan na kami ni Gab dyan. Seems complete. So, check them
It
out.
is.
Available in
gym.
Rob Magnolia and
Congressional.
Congressional. Okay. Moving on. Gab, we have 13 players already. So we have 3 more players left. Let's go through the list. Kenji Cañete, I think he played for the team last season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I think he didn't make the final roster. I wasn't sure if he was if he was there, but he played in the preseason.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry.
for me, he's a maybe because he has other competition here. One of our favorites, Sam, is still upcoming, so he's a maybe for me. Si
Okay.
Kenji.
Okay.
Again,
Maybe.
ito yung sinasabi ko nung start ng episode. There are a ton of players in Adamson that play similarly. And Kenji Cañete plays similarly to a lot of the rest of the names here in this in this Adamson roster. So for me, it's a maybe. I don't know about the two of you. Maui, you're on mute.
Mute ka, Maui.
Sorry. Uh, Actually, sa list ko, I put him as a maybe just because they have a ton of players who, as Gab mentioned, are similar build and who play the similar type of game. They need more wing players, in my opinion. Taller wings kasi they don't have the luxury of bigs, di ba? It's like Ateneo. You don't have bigs. You have to have a lot of wing players who can potentially play small ball for, di ba? So, yeah, definitely a maybe for me.
Yeah. So, okay, for me, I put everyone else as a maybe. I do have one more lock that I want to bring up. A guy that I mentioned before, we saw him play, I think, sa Phil Oil. Carl Alexander. Is he a lock? Maybe or not for you? Sa akin, lock siya. I like this guy. I like his size. I like his defense. Gab.
He's a lock for me. And actually, if it were a choice between Kenji Cañete or Carl Alexander, Carl Alexander has shown me more in the offseason, despite being new to the Adamson school's system. He's shown me that he can defend, he can shoot, and he can create plays for others and for himself. And that's
He's got
valuable for
size.
me.
He's got
He's
size
got
also
size
sa
too,
Carl.
yes. So he's a lock for me. Maybe a surprise player come season 87,
Yeah.
Carl Alexander. Maui, your thoughts on Carl
Yeah.
Alexander?
Yeah, I think I have to agree. Carl Alexander should be a lock. I think he has upside. Maybe, as Gab mentioned, he could be that surprise player for Adamson. Two players really I like to preseason sa Adamson, both him and AJ Franzman. I think both of them can give Adamson that additional ceiling. I think both of them should be locks, definitely.
Another Phil Foreign recruit by Coach Nash Racela. Actually, ang dami ng Phil Foreign nitong Adamson na to. So, in addition to guys like Noah Pacquiao and Eli Ramos, we have Carl Alexander. Any other locks for you guys? Kasi sa akin, everybody else is a maybe. Meron pa ba kayong picks? We're down to the last two, by the way.
Wala na akong lock.
Ako rin, wala na akong locks.
Last two
The
picks.
rest are maybe.
Okay, so just to recap, that would be GNC Cat, Flavor Dignadiche, Ray Allen Torres played 2 seasons ago. Joshua Fuentebella also played last season or 2 seasons
Yeah,
ago.
he was there.
Alex
On the
Manzon
bench.
and Joem Sabandal. Kung isasali ba natin siya for the last 2 spots. I would say just put Sabandal.
Now we can have this discussion.
Okay? Okay.
Maui,
What
ano
do you
tingin mo?
Ako, I agree.
Okay.
Ako, I agree. They should put sa bandal. It's different kasi for sa bandal di ba? For Lastimosa. Lastimosa was already an established player who pro teams are already looking at, di ba? Sa bandal is somebody who is looking to still make a name for himself, di ba? So, if they can get him ready, then maybe they can play him, or maybe they can just put him on the bench just for that leadership role, di ba? I think at worst they would get a leader out of Sabandal. Actually, not at worst. At worst, Sabandal could play and get re-injure himself, di ba? I think that's what was shown from history. But yeah, I don't think they have other players who are must roster players, which is why I think Sabandal should or could be that 15th or 16th man for Adamson. I don't know. We don't know if he's gonna play. We don't know yung extent ng injuries niya. We don't know where he is sa recovery niya right now, but I think they have to put him in just to give them that that upside also if he gets to play back, gets to be able to return quickly. Gab.
Okay, so we've got 2 locks for Joem Sabandal. Yung tama ba, Sam?
Yeah.
So essentially, yung we're locking him in, but I don't like the uncertainty. Ito na naman tayo, Coach Nash.
Okay.
It could happen again.
Gets
diba?
naman. It
The
could
worst-
happen again.
The worst could happen again.
No, so for me, it's a nah. I don't want a repeat of last season for Adamson. I get it. I get the reasoning now. Well, you look at the list of the remaining players we have not locked into to the lineup, and there's no one who stands out, diba? No one with the upside of a Joem Sabandal. But that's the horror from last season just keeps on coming back. So I am not. I am not with you guys. I am a nah for Joem Sabandal. I don't wanna go through that dance again with Coach Nash and Adamson and the media asking about Lastimosa or Joem Sabandal. So no, it's enough for me. But since the two of you locked him in, okay, you will lock him in for ours.
Okay.
So one last.
One
One
last pick. Wala na akong maisip. Fuentebella, small forward, plays the wing, has already played for the team in the past. Could be one. Any other guys? Ray Allen Torres, he had one game na he scored a lot 2 seasons ago, I think. I think it was against Ateneo. I think it was against Ateneo, but he's small if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's a smaller guard
so,
also.
Yeah.
I'll go with Fuentebella. I think they need his size. I've seen him play power forward in a couple of games, even back to last season. So that's valuable. No, they have a ton of smaller players already. I know si Kenji has been in the Team B and in the mix for a roster spot of since last preseason, but sobrang daming players kasi na play the same way as Kenji Cañete. And I know he's shown that he can. Oh. Yeah. So, give me si Josh Fuentebella. They need size. They're gonna need guys to play the wing position, especially against teams na who have larger wings. No, Sammy, Maui, your thoughts?
I was actually thinking si Cañete should make it, but maybe looking at the lineup, you look at there are a ton of small guards, diba? And probably si Fuentebella would be that luxury pick as a potential small ball power forward. They've been able to do that in the past. So I agree kay Gab. I'll just have to go with Fuentebella also as a lock.
I'm picking Fuentebella kasi every time pinapakita siya sa UAAP, maraming sumisigaw. So I think it helps excite the fans. So, ano din yun may factor din yun, no? Para matuwa yung fans sa team nyo. So, it's a lock for Fuentebella. He's our last guy for our lock, maybe or na Adamson team. Gab, recap the players, the 16-man roster for Adamson in seasons 87, 78 tuloy.
Courtesy of the Boleros. Okay, this is not final. This is courtesy of the Boleros.
Hindi to final.
Wait till you final lineup. No, this is courtesy of the Boleros. So our 16-man roster for the Adamson Sorting Falcons, of course, we have Baby Boy Manzano leading the charge, Matthew Montebon, Matthew Erolon, Joshua Yero, Manu Anabo, watch out for this guy, Noah Pacquiao, Jan Calisay, Eli Ramos, no, he's not Dwight. OJ Ojarikre, Royce Mantua from UST 2 seasons ago. AJ Fransman, watch out for him as well. Mario Barassi, just because he's big. Alan Ignacio, we like big boy. We love you, bro. Carl Alexander,
Big boys.
oh, Josh Fuentebella, and a big asterisk for Joem Sabandal.
Sa banda.
Because We don't know really what's going on with him. But that is our 16-man roster for the Adamson Soaring Falcons.
Okay. Just to end it, we will do more episodes of Luck Maybe or Not for the other team, so watch out for that. S- If you haven't yet, please comment down below, like, and subscribe. Tell us what you think about our Luck Maybe or Not. Are we missing a player that we should lock in, or do you disagree with some of the players that we kept in the team? Let us know. We love to hear your thoughts and answer to your reply to your comments. We'll see you again next time. See you.